Then we kind of look back on it too, right?
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me like re-access this. So we're gonna start from the beginning. So we come to strategies from im.center, and then you're gonna click Gold Cup. Now, if you don't have the Gold Cup, I know you guys are mostly elite members, and then everyone else has Gold Cup, so that's perfect. You just click that, and then okay. So Prit, you said that for Delano does the 4 hours on MA crosses, right?
Yeah, he said that you know, there will be times where it's not a lot of ideas on there, but he's like, it's more so quality over quantity.
Okay.
He said he tried like the lower frames with the technique that he uses, but it works better with the 4 hour, because he said he had to tweak it around and it works better with the 4 hour rather than like the 15 or 30-minute time frame, like the strategy, the MA cross strategy that he uses.
Mhm. Have you tried to like re-put the indicators in on here?
No, I haven't since that time, because I think there was some sort of glitch on Gold Cup, but I think they did fix it, because there was a point, I don't know if it was last week or so. Remember when I messaged you saying that you may not be able to access it because they're fixing a glitch?
Mhm.
It was where when you try to put your indicators on, it wouldn't save. So I'm hoping it's fixed, because I haven't tried it since.
Okay. Okay. So what we're referring to, you guys, is with the MA cross strategy, there's multiple indicators that you have to use. And so last week, Pret was trying to use this and put the indicators in, but they would keep disappearing. So I know that last week there was like a ton of glitches, like all over the board. And so like even when I was on some of the live sessions, some of the apps like Harmonic, whatever it was, it would like blank out and then come back. And so like they had to do a lot of like tweaking. So I think it's all done now, because I remember there was a message about it as well. Okay, so Prit,
Yeah.
on this MA crosses, like, is there supposed to be a check mark here when the trade idea comes?
Yeah, like it'll show up.
The check
I
mark,
don't know.
right?
This one looks different. Yeah, like I feel like it'll be, because when I was looking at my laptop, it was kind of bold. Like it was like
Okay,
I didn't take any screenshots or anything, so I can't.
great. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Okay, so I don't know much about that one, but it should be similar. I'm assuming like it would be either check marks, or it'd be like a bolded like pair, or like some sort of indication that there's a trade there. Like for these ones, see how it has this check mark? So this is in Master Teacups. When it has a check mark, that means that there's a potential trade, and so it just comes up with your entry to profit and stop loss. Now, the best thing to do, you guys, is obviously just scan through the time frames. Most of them are going to be like from 1 hour and up, but there may be some like smaller trades, trade ideas in the 15 minutes sometimes. But with those ones, you do have to really be careful on entry and make sure that you're getting in at the right time. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
Have you done like the teacup strategy? Like how does that work?
Okay. Um, I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to explain it to you properly, to be honest with you. But I do know a little bit about it. It is a pattern recognition. What did I see? If you just saw a trade like that with the master teacup. Hold on.
That's okay, because I'm sure like it's under his favorites, right? Because Delano's is under his favorites, like the MA cross method. It's really simple when you look at it.
Check out Lizaldo. It might be in his favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, Lizaldo, and also Oron Wright. You guys, Oron Wright is on Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and he does Head and Shoulders, but he's super knowledgeable about like everything, like every strategy. Like you can ask him anything, and he will break that thing down to you. Like it's great. Like he's very, very, very smart when it comes to the charts.
You said Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 o'clock. Hold on one second, you guys.
Hey, Des.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off just because I'm at my friend's house, but
Okay, all good, girl.
okay, thank you.
Thanks for stopping
Talk to you guys soon. Have a good weekend,
Yeah.
everyone. Bye.
by.
Bye.
Hold on, you guys.
And who did you say to watch for the teacup strategy?
Lavaldo. If you go into the Gold Cup, go live.
Yeah.
He'll be on there, yeah. Sorry, guys. I have to scroll like I have this girl in Washington, like somebody tagged me in one of her posts, and she's just like messaging me right now about some stuff. All right. Okay, so this you guys Gold Cup. So as you can see, like it says to the trade ideas by, everything's here given to you. Super, super simple. Let me see if I can find that teacup. I just saw it 2 seconds ago and then I went out of it. Yeah, so here we go. So it's just pattern recognition. And the pattern is a teacup pattern. So yeah, just like watch it. Like this would be considered a teacup. Like these are all literally looks like a teacup.
Okay.
Like I said, I have to go more in depth with it myself. But yeah. So that was Master Teacups, and you have Gold Rush. Now Gold Rush is just gold trades. There's not really a lot of them, but they are very quality trades from what I've noticed. Yeah, so it's been pretty good. Like, see how this like this dip happens like this, and it's like in every trade idea, it's like this dip. That has something to do with the teacup. So, all right. Okay, so you guys also, Sandy, did you guys end up adding the US 30 add-on?
No, not yet.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, because I know, Will, you have the Elite package as well, there are add-ons that you can add on to the tools that you already have. So you have access to all the tools, but see how here US 30 is locked and then Price Trap is locked? So US 30 is Kimberly Torres and Luke Longmire. They do US 30 on Gold Cup, and that's going to, it's a $10 add-on, and that's going to give you access to Luke Longmire and Kim Torres morning sessions as well, plus their trade ideas for US 30. And then you have Price Trap, which is Christopher Derrick. Now, Christopher Derrick, his sessions are all free, but if you ever go on his sessions, you'll see he's giving out trade ideas, and they're all going to be given it within Price Trap. So we don't get to see any of his trade ideas unless you have Price Trap. And his strategy is breakout, just like Anton, it's the break and retest, but he doesn't get on until the retest happens. So I've noticed that like when we trade with Anton, sometimes we get in on the breakout, and Christopher Terry's like analogy is like no retest, no entry. So it just depends like how you guys want to trade, how aggressive of a trader you are, but he's just a little bit more conservative. And with the price trap strategy, if you ever click on his sessions, you see how simple he makes it. It's just that everything's so small, like when he types things out on his strategy, that he literally makes you get price trap because you can't see anything anyway. So I do recommend it if you guys are sticking to that breakout strategy and you want a little bit of like hand holding, then price trap is the way to go. When we were in Dallas, you guys, so crazy. Christopher Derrick and Kim Torres, like they had the biggest classes. I swear there had to be like So when we had the first convention that we went to, the first day, it's usually a 3-day convention. And the first day, they have all the educators come and run classes. And they do them in like these big convention centers. And literally, you guys, like each class has like 200, 300, 400 students in it at a time. And Christopher, Derek, and Kim Torres, like they probably had like 800 students, maybe 2,000 people in their classes, like just insane. So it shows how credible they are. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, my audio has like a red dot, so I don't know. Okay. So then you guys, okay, so are we good on Gold Cup? Does anyone have any questions?
Maybe the red dot for recording.
No, it's like a caution circle on my audio. I don't know. It's my computer. My computer mic is kind of funny.
You're fine with me.
Okay. So one more time, is everybody good for Gold Cup?
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
All right, you guys. So then we have harmonics. Now harmonics is pretty straightforward as well, because you guys are a little bit more seasoned. I know Bill, you haven't like kind of touched on any of this stuff before, so I'll break it down a little bit for you. But harmonics, you guys, was created by Christopher Terry, and this is the first kind of algorithm that he designed, like the first tool that he designed with the academy when he started the academy, when it was like, you know, $2,000 to sign up. And so this is like Manny Quinones and all those veterans who, you know, have been with him for so long, they use this tool. Now, the cool thing about it is you can do any strategy on this tool. This is just giving you a confirmation. It's calling the trade for you. It's giving your stop loss, your entry, your take profit. Your risk to reward ratio on harmonics is really good. The way that they use a strategy, it's really good. But at the same time, it is only 80% accurate. So I have noticed with some of the trades that they will hit stop loss and they will turn around. So make sure you guys are doing your analysis before taking any trades on here. Take profit 1 normally hits, it's about 80%. Take profit 2 is like 70%, and then take profit 3 is 60%. Now it works similar where you have your time frames here, and then you have brokers over here. So all the different brokers will call different trade ideas. So depending on the broker you have, it is good to go with the broker that's that you're using. But if you're not using that broker, you can still take the trade idea, but make sure that you guys are doing your like your confirmation properly. Like make sure you double check. Okay, so like this trade hit stop loss. No, it didn't hit stop loss. Actually, it started here. So it's actually just getting to entry and it's going back down. So we would either, I would wait this out, of course, when the market opens. We can't take trades on the weekend anyways, but this still might be a potential trade to get into. Okay, so does that make sense so far?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so another thing, if you don't know how to read this really quickly, so here on the side, you can actually shrink the chart so that sometimes, you know, you can't see your stop loss and you're wondering, you just put your mouse here and then you can kind of lengthen it or shorten it. And you can do that down at the bottom as well. So you can shorten it or you can lengthen it here. And then you can also spread it out with your mouse. And we're gonna try it. Okay. So how to tell if it's a buy or sell is if the entry is above the take profit, it would be considered a sell. If the entry is above the take profit, it would be considered a buy. Now, Will had some questions for me the other day. He's like, the harmonic scanner is saying that the trade is, I think he said it was a sell or a buy. I think he mentioned, Will, what was the question you had? You were like, oh, it's in a buy. but it looks like it's a sell, right?
Yeah, it was just I think I thought it was, yeah, it turned into a buy. It said it was going to be a sell, then it turned into a buy or something.
Right. So something.
I can't remember. It was a long day.
One or the other, right? Okay, so you guys, again, like make sure you're doing your analysis. Why he was like, okay, it looks like one thing, but it's saying another thing, is because that's what you see in the market, and you have to go by your own judgment, okay? Because this is not, again, 100% accurate. So make sure you're doing your due diligence. If you see that it's going into a buy and it's calling for a sell, that's one of your confirmations that doesn't line up. Do you know what I mean? So that's like with your intuition. It's like, okay, like it doesn't look right for me. Let me just either move on to the next trade or do my analysis, because if it's saying it's a buy and I see it going in for a sell, maybe I can go in for the sell. But again, just like do your guys' analysis. You know, this is just a confirmation tool for trades being called. Like you're not, it's not completely accurate all the time. Look at this trade. It hit take profit 1, hit take profit 2. If it retests take profit 1, you can probably go in for take profit 2 again. That's kind of nice looking. And see how it's like kind of making this movement like this thing. Let me draw it up for you guys if I can. This curve here. If it continues up, that would be considered a teacup if it goes like that. And it retests the zone here. That would be a teacup. And that would come back like this. Make sense? Looks like a teacup.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, so once you like start kind of venturing more and like looking at the charts and getting used to like pattern recognition and stuff, you'll notice it. Like for myself, you guys, I haven't gone through my series for 100 very like thoroughly. So I'm still learning patterns myself. So if you guys like pick things up, like please share with us, share with me, you know. We got to brainstorm. More minds work better than just one. Okay, we're gonna clear that. All right. Okay, so and then you guys, so there's a lot of trades always on harmonics. You can go hour 1, the 4-hour, the daily, and then not only that, again, you can switch brokers. So every broker is going to have different trade ideas, and you can utilize all of them if you want to. Just make sure you're looking at the time frame when the trade was given out. Okay, so does anybody have questions about harmonics? Everyone good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so
Yeah, all good.
good. So the other cool thing about harmonics, again, you guys, you can use any strategy with harmonics, which I really think is really cool. Okay, so we're gonna do some trading view stuff. I know Sandy was asking me to do chart markup, but I just want to make it clear to you guys that for myself as well, I'm still trying to determine what my confirmation checklist is, which basically means I'm still trying to determine what strategy that I'm going to use. Oh my God. Sometimes like I look at my charts, I clearly I didn't put this trade in, but look how beautiful it went. It went all the way down. I'm not using any specific strategy, to be completely honest with you guys. I'm taking bits and pieces from everywhere and implementing it into a system and seeing what's going to work. So I don't know if you guys want to take notes on this. That way you guys can actually revisit the things that I'm talking about and kind of dig in and do your own research. It has been the same stuff that I've been kind of saying all week if I've spoken to you this week. But you know, maybe write it down, and that way you guys can kind of go into the academy and dig out the information yourself, and maybe it'll resonate a little bit more clearer with an educator aside from myself. Okay. All right. So couple things. Where should we start? So I do use period separators. So that's this in the back. Okay, hold on. Let me start from the beginning. Does everybody know how to set up TradingView besides Bill?
Yeah.
You guys have all been using TradingView, right?
I haven't even seen into this yet.
So Bill, you haven't. So does everybody else understand how to do settings and everything on here?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. So Bill, I'm just gonna run through it really quickly for you. But when you set this up, I'll like help you set it up as well. So don't worry. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
So you go now, actually, you can actually go to the website and register for your TradingView account. And let me go to the first page and show you. So you would register for an account. You can use a free account. I just use a free one right now. A lot of the educators use the free account, but until you get really like good at using it is when you kind of want to upgrade, or if you're using it for multiple trades at once. Myself, most of us who are newer only do 1 or 2 pairs at a time, so we don't need that much access. So you're going to make an account here, TradingView, and then you're going to go to your charts. Let me go to 1 second.
When I typed it into Google, it popped up that there was a possible app. Is there an app for this?
There is an app, but it's a lot easier to do your charting on a computer.
Okay.
I was using the app for a while. It's really good too. It's just that everything is really small on the app, so it's a little bit harder to see.
Got it.
Okay, so you have everything here. I don't use anything. I haven't dug into anything very much so, except for my charts. To be honest with you guys, I have got into ideas like on the app. It's really cool because on the app you can actually go into like discussions. So like if you're trading gold, for example, like the gold discussions have like other traders like putting their chart analysis and like what's going on in the charts and stuff. So it's kind of cool to like be in that community. But also like you do have to understand that it's anybody and everybody. So do your due diligence before taking their trade ideas as well. Okay. So there's 2 settings you can do on here. You can either do dark mode or light mode. I like it light. Where's this thing? Settings. Moving things around, you guys. All right. The only other thing with like the free one is that there's pop-ups, but if you're okay with that, then that's fine. So there's a place where you can do your dark or light settings. For some reason, I can't seem to find it right now. But again, Bill, I'll help you do your setup when once you're like into it a little bit more. Okay, when you're at this stage, because at the beginning too, like I don't even want you to look at any charts and like, you know, get confused and try to read anything that you don't understand yet. You have to do a little bit of the education first. Okay, you guys. So the one of the things that I use is the session break. The session breaks are these lines back here. They're separating when the market opens and when the market closes. So it's 1 full day, 24 hours a day. Okay. So I was talking to Jody, and some of you who know Jody know her. Some of you maybe don't know her because you got into the academy a little bit later. But Jody has one of the first people that signed up with Nafis at the beginning, and she's been doing really well with her trading. She has a gamer background, so she understood and picked up things really quickly. And when I met her, I just really resonated with her as well, like being a female, because there weren't a lot of girls like really trading, you know, and like actually having success, and she was. And so I spoke with her, and I still keep in touch with her. I know she's on actually a different team now, but we still keep in touch. And so she kind of mentioned her her strategy with me. I don't know it completely to the T, but to my understanding, these are just the kind of the things that I pulled from what she told me. Okay, so these lines here, you guys, is your support and resistance line. You can see that it's a strong support in this area. And then the moon indicates my touches, meaning 1, 2, 3. It's hit my resistance zone 3 times, meaning the 4th time it might make a move down or move up, depending on where your resistance zone is. Okay, so that's just what that arrow is. I don't like to do the full horizontal line across, because then if I were to go all the way back, it would still be like running all the way across my screen. Okay, so does that make sense? Everybody?
What is the arrow called?
This is, you know what's really weird? It's like, it's my trend line.
Okay.
But it's giving me like an arrow at the end of it, and I don't know why.
How do you get the moon?
Hold on, what? One second, Mom.
How do you get the moon?
Oh, the moon. Okay, so the moon is, if you go under your these geometrical things. So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 8th tool on the side here, you can actually have all these different stamps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can use whichever stamp you want. The peanut and the Imli. Sorry, guys. Okay, so is everybody else following that okay? Like, everybody knows how to mark up support and resistance. I know, Bill, you don't, but don't worry. It'll come with the education.
I think I might have missed. So why do you put a moon up there?
Okay, so the moon, or like the stamp, it doesn't necessarily have to be a moon.
Yeah.
It's just like the moon. It's just the indication of how many times if my resistance or support has touched. So this is 1, 2, 3 touches already. This would have been my 4th touch. So it's just, if there's more than 2 zones, I'll mark it up and be like, okay, this is the zone that, like, this is, something might happen here on the 3rd move, which it did. It went right here and then it dropped. Does that make sense? So it's like 1 resistance point, 2 resistance point. This would potentially be a resistance point too, but since I'm marking from this time to this time, it would be 1, 2. This would be the mean resistance point that I noticed for myself.
So is the rise and fall area, is that like, within a couple of days or
Okay,
hour? Or?
so I am on the 15-minute time frame. These lines determine the 24-hour period.
Okay.
Okay, so anything between this time, from this line to this line, that's 1 day. Now we can adjust the time frame, and if we go to a different time frame, if we go to the hour, our markup is still here somewhere. Yeah, it's still here, but it would be done on a different time frame, and that would be like a longer term trade. If you're going, the higher the time frame, the longer term trade you're doing. Okay. So I did the 15-minute. I do use the 1 hour for confirmation. Like how Anton does it. So I'm doing trades. The way that I trade, you guys, is like, I want to be in and out the trade before I go to bed. So even when I trade with Daz, like, me leaving those trades open, I'm like, not what I really wanted to do, but I do it because it's his strategy, right? Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys this why I'm putting these boxes here. Let me just delete this. Okay, so you see how I have a support here? I mean a resistance here and a resistance here. This is just for me to see like, okay, I'm done. This is, I don't even know why I put the moon there on this one, to be honest. It probably just looked cute, or maybe I was like, it's done, I'm gonna put a moon there. I don't know. Okay, so like I said, you guys, I'm still learning and trying to figure out things myself, so please bear with me. All right, so now since you have the indicator here, that's like, this is your day. Oh. You might have to like, I swear you used to have that jar thing. All right, you guys. So see this indicator here telling me that the day has started? It's April 20th at 1400 hours. That's 2 p.m. our time, PST. So it's good that that Bill, you're on the same time zone. It makes my life easier. Okay, so 2 p.m. we are going to make a box from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. and we're gonna box around our resistance, our highest high and our lowest low. So our resistance and our support. So 11 p.m. is 2300 hours. Okay, right there. So we're gonna go from there.
Yeah, 2300.
Yeah, 2300. Okay. So let's just, I need a mouse for my computer too, you guys. I use like the little pad and sometimes it's like a little bit weird. Okay, so we're gonna mark from 2 p.m. our highest high to our lowest low at 11 p.m. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the currency strength meter. So if you guys have been using the currency strength meter or not, I don't know, but it's really good to use. Currency strength meter. So the currency strength meter will determine which pair is higher in strength and which pair is lower in strength. So here we are doing GBP USD. So because GBP is low and USD is high, that means we should be looking for a sell. So what we would do is once we've made our box, we're actually going to clone it. So we're going to go to our little tool box here. And we're going to pick this one and we're going to hit clone. Now that's going to make a second box. And because we saw that GBP is weaker than USD, that means we would be selling. We would actually put the box below it like this. Now in this case, I did have the box above and this is what happened. So you can either do it right on top of it, but what I actually have started doing is I'm actually putting it diagonally across like this. And then at this point, you guys, is how are you going to determine whether you're going to get in this trade or not? And this is where kind of where the breakout strategy comes in. But now we're going to actually want it to break into the box. So see how this one broke through? This one retested inside the box. So actually I probably would have gotten in right here, knowing me. And then this would have happened and then I probably would have gotten out. So this is where my struggle comes in, you guys. I always freak out on the pullback, but if you were actually properly to do the strategy, this down here would be your stop loss. Your lowest low would be your stop loss. And your take profit would be the top of the box.
Nice.
So how many pips is the box? Like how many pips?
Sorry, say that again.
Like how many pips vertically is this box?
How many pips is it?
Yeah.
So if we take our pip tool and we measure it, This one was almost 35 pips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the way that she determines it is basically the movement that happens during the day. When the London session opens, it will move the same amount or more during that time. Now, I know she's been doing the 15-minute, but she's been able to do trades that are like 100 pip moves.
Holy crap.
And that's out of experience, right? Like, I'm okay with even doing 10 pips. Like, if I could do this strategy and learn it and be consistent in getting 10 pips, even then I'm still happy. Okay, so does that make sense, you guys? Does the strategy make sense? Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, but mine's kind of like the privacy calculator.
Sorry, your mic is a little bit like fuzzy. Right?
I was like, mine's kind of about the currency calculator. I just got confused that one day.
The currency, the strength meter?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, what about it?
Okay, so you said that USD was higher than GBP,
Yes.
so you're going to sell GBP.
Yes. Yeah, so we want GBP, so it's always the first currency versus the other currency. So we want, if GBP, we want it to go up, then the strength of GBP on here needs to be higher than the other pair. So like, for example, if we're trading the pound for a US dollar, right? If the US dollar is higher, we want to get rid of the pound so that we can get more USD. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I guess I just went into a buy before I went into a sell.
Oh no, this is like the currency strength meter. This is from like today, like right now, what it is at. This trade is from the 21st or the 20th.
Oh.
Or yeah, the 21st. So this is an older trade. That's why.
Okay.
Sorry for the confusion. Oh my god. I'm trying to pull up the chat box. The chat box is like always fighting me. I just want to pull it up. Okay, what the heck? Hold on. There we go. Okay, that's cool. All good. He can jump on whenever. He might just be a little bit confused, but that's okay. Okay, so you guys, does everybody understand the tools, how to use all the like most of the tools here, or does anybody have questions about any of the tools?
I'm good.
I think I'm good as for right now. There's a lot to learn for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like a little bit advanced for you, Bill.
It's all right. I'll figure it out. I'm good at figuring things out.
Okay, let me unclick this tool. All right. So the other thing, you guys, what I started doing in between this time, I was like trying to educate myself a little bit more. I was like, okay, let me try a couple more times. So I did it again here. See how I put this box and this box, and clearly it went all the way down, and if not more. So this would have been a successful trade here. This one I didn't complete. Okay, so at this point, I started looking at Oran Wright, and he was teaching the ABC. So you see here, A, B, C. Now, it's really cool how he does this, and it's really mind-blowing. And I don't know how to properly teach it as of yet, but I'm going to try my best to give you guys a little bit of a like kind of an idea of what he's doing. And so the other thing, you guys, I don't have the replay on my trading view because obviously it's not paid for, but it would be nice if I had it with the replay, but that's okay. So I'm gonna do my best again to explain this to you guys. So he does a strategy and it's ABC, and it's super, super simple, and it's crazy how accurate it is. So you look for your first point of support or resistance. So in this case, we're gonna look at our lowest low of support, and we're gonna draw the first arrow all the way up to the highest high, or whether it be the highest high or the lowest low. Now, the first point here at the bottom, let me make it smaller for you guys so you can see. The first point here at the bottom would be called your A. This would be called your B. And this would be your C. The last point. The term, depending on what you want it, like where it goes. This is not the greatest example, but let me see how I can better. Okay, so literally it's like A, B. So once you find your B point, you can either determine, like if it's a downtrend candle, you can determine if it's gonna go down. And in this instance, like I don't know how, but I was like, Kate, this thing is gonna turn around and go down. And it did. And I think that has a lot to do with when you start to understand the market and understand how the market moves, and learning about the Fibonacci and learning about retracements, that will play into effect with this. So a lot of the time, when you have these big moves, these are institutional moves. This is the Federal Reserve and the banks pumping money into the market. Okay, so the bank did this. And what the bank does, you guys, is, you know, a lot of people have the understanding. They're like, oh, buy high and sell low, right? And it's actually like what the bank does is they understand people's mentality, so they'll do the opposite. So the bank will buy to sell, and they'll sell to buy. So anytime you see a big move, if it's a buy, that means that the banks are getting ready to sell. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So these long candles, any moves like these are institutional candles, because us as retail traders, or like, you know, regular people, we cannot make the markets move this much because it takes a lot of money to do that. And that's what the bank does. So they're buying this to sell it. So when I did this trade, my understanding was, okay, if this is the bank making a buy move, the next move is going to have to be a sell. And look what happened. It sold exactly to the point where it was at. Now, when it comes down to understanding how far it's going to go and why it's going to this current zone, there's different things that come into play. So I know, Will, you were watching Chance and Samantha, and you actually mentioned that they were looking and teaching about the quarter theory.
Yeah.
So, have you implemented it at all?
No, I haven't. I've just been kind of just working with Price Trap.
Okay. So it all depends on how you want to see the market. For myself, the piece that was missing for me, I was like, why am I getting out on those pullbacks, and why is the market doing what it's doing in this certain pattern? And I had to figure it out for myself, for my understanding. And things started to make more sense once I kind of dug into it. And so the quarter theory, you guys, watch Mike Miles' grid session. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it. I know Prit, you've watched it. Sandy, I sent you the link, I think. If not, I can send it to you again. But it's the grid session. It's in Mike Miles' favorites. We'll have a look at it. It'll open your eyes to understanding the market in more of a mathematical sense, if that's what you want to know. But it made more sense to me because when I did this trade, you guys, instead of, oh my goodness, yes, Arlen, the grid session is so dope. Like, I love it so much. I want to watch it again because it explains things and it's so eye-opening. So you'll start to learn about why the market moves the way it does, and you'll also start to learn like what retracements are. And so a lot of the time, you guys, the market, whatever move it makes, it's going to retrace at least 50% and then it's going to go back. So that's like a really, really like vague like sense of it, I guess. But I was like, okay, if I make one candle, I mean, if I see this big move from the market, I know if they're buying to sell, the market is at least going to go down 50% of this move. So let's do our pip thing here and move this up. And this thing went up about 150 pips. So when I do my sell, I know it's going to go down at least 75 pips, at least. At that point, I would move my stop loss into profit at 50 pips and I would just let the thing ride down. But at the same time, here's the thing. This is where the price trap comes in, because now, you guys, if you were to price trap this zone right here or your support resistance right here, if you had set your take profit at only 75 pips, and you still wanted to write it down, it actually would have went and hit your stop profit, but you could actually get back in at this retest zone right here. So it goes really deep, and there's lots of entries and stuff like that. And me teaching you guys and talking about it is actually opening my eyes to a lot more. So if I'm like babbling and it's not making sense, I'm sorry. But I hope it is. I hope it's like resonating with you guys. Are you guys doing okay? Like, it's making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So does anybody have any questions about anything?
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Sandy, Kirtan, you guys good? You guys there? All right. Prit, are you good? Arlen?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay,
I
cool.
think I just want to learn like the method a little more in detail, but other than that, it makes sense.
Yeah, like even that's the thing. Like even for me, like I'm still trying to like put things together. So, I'm just giving you guys like a brief understanding of what my understanding is so far, and hopefully it's like resonating in this sense.
Yeah, I know it makes sense. It's good.
Okay.
I did learn something out of it.
Okay, that's good. All right, you guys. So I tried to do a gold trade with Pritika and Sandy the other night. Didn't do what I wanted to do. It completely went the opposite way. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm still tweaking.
Did your Basses buy stop hit yesterday? I don't think mine activated, or at least.
Let me check. I know one of them didn't activate.
Yeah, I think that's the one I got into.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's still not activated.
Okay, so you probably have to wait till Sunday to close it out. So you guys, I did gold cup trades, and I did 4, and basically I evened out with them. So I don't necessarily like a bad really start with gold cup. It basically I broke even. I did 4 trades with gold cup and I broke even. So with that. Okay, does anybody want to cover anything else before we are done?
What was that thing you were
Can
talking
you
about?
tell me about the?
Oh, the twin trading. Okay, twin trading, and then what, Britt?
Oh, the journal thing that you're talking about. You can do the twin. You can go over the twin trading first, and then we can do the twin.
Okay. All right. So twin trading. So, well, so with twin trading, you should have at least $200 in your account. And if you have $200 in your account with proper risk management, you should be able to trade at a 0.02 lot size. Now, if you're doing one trade, so you're going to get into, let's say, a gold trade, okay? You can do 2 trades at 0.01 at the same time. Now, your first trade, you would go for, like if you're doing a breakout, so let's say we're over here and we're going to do a breakout. Let me delete this. Let me make this bigger. Okay, so say we're doing the breakout method, a price trap, and we're gonna go, let's see, right here. Okay, so the first candle at this point, what could happen is you can actually get into 2 trades. So, guys, I'm just gonna mute you guys. Okay, there you go. All right. So if we're doing the breakout, the price trap, at this point, you would put in 2 trades. With a $200 account, you could do 0.01 each. Now it's the same trade. So the first trade, say you went for 10 pips, right? And you secured your profit at 10 pips. Now the second trade, you would put 2 pips into profit, and then you can just let the second trade ride out. And that's basically the basis of twin trading. The first trade, you want to secure your main profit, and then the second trade, you're able to go longer if you wanted to. And that's just my understanding of it. I would watch Christopher Derrick. He will go into twin trading a lot more. But basically, that's all it is. It's keeping your leverage and your risk management safe while you're trading the same pair, the same trade, and you can do it twice or 3 times or 4 times or 5 times or however many. So for example, if you were on a $500 account and you wanted to twin trade this pair, you could do 5 trades at 0.01 and keep securing your profit for each trade at different take profits. Does that make sense, Will?
Cool.
Yeah, it does actually. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like my dad said, hi to everybody.
Hi.
So my dad did a trade with Anton, and he put in like, how many trades did he do that trade? Yeah, so he put in 5 trades of the same pair.
If you're sure that the trade is going the way you want it, you can even catch it. Like if there's 50 pips and you've done 10 pips already, you still can get in again. Or if it's a pullback and you know it's going to go back up again, you get in at the bottom again below. You'll see the first trade you put in, you'll see minus, right? If it pulls back, it goes into minus, right? As soon as you see minus $2, you can, and you know it's going to go up later, you can throw in another trade at minus $2. So you're going to catch the $2 coming up, as well as your original trade will pick it up too.
Okay, so basically, you guys, what he's saying is like, if you got in at this trade, right, and you went in, and then it pulled back. Say you got in like over here at the end of this candle, and this candle starts and it starts to pull back, but you know that it's on a downtrend, you can re-enter the trade here, and the next candle is going to go down anyway. So that's how Dr. K trades. So you know how Dr. K always has like heavy pullbacks? The way that she actually trades is she twin trades. So when the pullback happens, because she knows it's going to go in her direction, she'll get in again on the pullback and ride it back down. Does that make sense, guys? Does anybody have questions about that?
No, I'm good.
Okay, does that make sense, Will?
Yeah. Do you, would I be able to review this video?
Yeah, I'm recording it, so I'll post it on YouTube if everyone's okay with it. And you guys can access it whenever you want.
All right. Cool.
Again, go ahead.
When you're saying that she's going back into
You're cutting out for it.
can you hear me now?
It's kind of like cutting out.
How about now?
Yeah, better.
I was on my headphones. So you know how you're saying that Dr. K gets into the trade again? At what point? Like, is this after TP1 or 2 or?
So, okay, let's say that we got in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Dr. K is like, okay, say the cloud is here, and she's like, okay, I'm selling. No, say this cloud is up here, and she goes, okay, I'm selling gold, right? But we get in on this candle, and we get in like down here, and then it starts to pull back, right? And because she knows it's on a downtrend, and because all of her analysis says it's on a downtrend, she'll get in again on the pullback. So she'll get in like at this point and then write it down. So like say we got in here, it pulled back like 20 pips, and then we got in on the 20 pip pullback, and then we actually wrote it back down for another 20 pips.
So she like basically like double trade?
Yes.
You got it.
Oh, okay.
Like, and they don't really, Oh, hey, Shane. Kind of getting in at the end of the session, but whatever you can get from here, it's all good. We're gonna.
Oh my god, sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Everything will probably like be super foreign to you anyways, because you don't even like probably don't understand the technology anyways. But I'm posting this video on YouTube if okay, everybody's okay with it, and then you can review it as well after.
Okay, cool. I'll be
Yeah, so Prit, basically, yeah, that's what she's doing, and they don't share that on the Go Live sessions because they don't want people to do that, because if people lose, they're double losing because of their own mistake because they don't understand it.
Right. That makes sense.
Be sure that the trade's gonna go your direction.
Yeah, otherwise don't do it. All right. Okay, so if you guys can see, like this is my gold chart. I've done my quarter theory lines on here. So quarter theory, you guys, is just basically the like rounded off numbers, like main price points that the market often goes to. And again, like watch Mike Miles' video, it will explain it more in depth. So I also started doing a little bit of journaling on my charts and just started kind of documenting like where I see certain things. So you know, recognize doji candle. Like every time there's a doji candle, there's going to be a reversal. Look for break and retest zone. I don't remember. I think it was Sir John Mark. I think that's his name. He's one of the educators. And he told me that he doesn't get into a trade if we're doing a breakout. He's not going to get into the trade unless the retest candle is not touching the zone at all. Meaning that, let's go over here so I can give you guys a better example. Meaning that he wouldn't get into this trade unless this candle was not touching his zone up here. So he'd get in here because there's like space here. Does that make sense? If this candle was like within the box, he wouldn't get in, even if the wick was touching it. So I just had to document that. I wrote that down here. And then I wrote down, got in a sell because it respected 1700 before the market opened. It hit my stop loss, but it would have hit take TP. It would have hit my take profit if I didn't have a stop loss. So my stop loss was too tight. So you guys, it's really good to just like kind of put these notes in. If it's not confusing to you on your charts, just so when you go back the next day and you look, you can be like, okay, what happened? And why didn't my trade go the right way? Or why did my trade go why did it go the wrong way? Or why did it go the right way? And this was like the ABC that I was doing, which was like crazy because it was so accurate. And I was like mind blown when I looked at the chart the next day. Like I had made the arrows. So you can do like an A, B, C, and then the C point. So let's say here, we did A. This was our highest. It was our B. It went down. It retested our 1700 zone. And that's our C point. Now from C, I saw that the market was in an uptrend. So my C became my A, and I set my, I set my little zone here. So my A, B, and look where it went. And then if I was to do a C, I would have to be like, okay, this was the highest point in the market. I would put another arrow and go down to at least 1700. And that's where the quarter theory comes in, because it's a strong support or resistance always. That's just like how mathematically accurate the market is. Look how close it came to this, 1725. And then from here, it broke 1700. Like how perfect, you guys. At 1700, it actually broke through, retested, and went in for a sell. And then look, 1675, what happened? Broke, retested, and went in for a buy. And again, it's at our 1700 zone. The quarter theory, you guys, is like, it's crazy how accurate it is. It's insane. And that's not the only confirmation you would use. You know what I mean? It's just like an extra indicator, because that's where the market will always move to. Does that make sense, you guys, so far?
Yeah.
This is Mike Miles sessions that you've learned this.
Yeah. So go to Mike Miles, go to his favorites, and go watch the grid session.
Grid session. Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like, and like the fact that if you're like inclined with like, like law of attraction and like physics and like the number, like mathematics and geometry, all that sacred geometry and everything, like it's so cool. Like vibration.
The number 9.
Oh my God, watch it. You're gonna be like mind blown.
Yeah, I actually watched one of his favorite videos yesterday, and I was just like, whoa, like it's true what he says. Like it's facts. Like
Everybody, I really want to put like everybody onto Mike Miles. Like if you're on my team, you guys, if you're on our team, if you're on Operation Get Yours, watch Mike Miles. He will like takes this to another level. Things start to make a lot more sense. You're like, oh my goodness, how everything's connected. You'll learn how the banks work, why they work the way they do, how money works, why it moves the way it moves. All kind of stuff. It goes really deep. He's really woke. Okay, so Prit, what was your question about journaling?
you said that there was some sort of I don't know if it was an app or something that helps you journal. It converts your.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah, Arlene already knows what it is. Girl Trade House is where it's at. There's also a whole course, you guys. Will, if you like Mike Miles' session, and same for you guys, Sandy. As I mentioned, if you guys like Mike Miles' session, I will send you the link for the Trade House course, and it's kind of similar design to like how Manny has it, but it's multiple educators, and it's the videos like broken down into like course 1, course 2, course 3. And it's very like organized, and it's breaking down the smart money concept. It's really cool. Okay, so you were asking me about my effects book. So my effects book, you guys, is a website. It's also an app. Let me just log into it. So I haven't really dug into it, like I mentioned to you yesterday, but I talked to Anton, And he told me about this, and he's like, you guys, like, you should really use this, because when you sign up for it, what it does is you can attach your broker to my FX book, and it will track all of your analytics and all of your trade, your profits and your losses, everything. It will track it on this website. Now, again, you can do it through the app, or you can do it through here. I haven't,
I don't know how to use that either.
my FX book, right? I gotta, like, honestly, I just have to dig in and just start clicking my life away and figuring it out. So if you guys, like, too want to do the same thing and you guys figure stuff out on here, let me know. Like, the only way that I really learn, you know, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like, you know, some people are smarter than the others. Like, no, it's not that. I just click everything until nothing works anymore, or it asks me for a credit card. I'm in the wrong place. Credit card? No. Take me back. Thanks, Will. Okay, sounds good. We appreciate you having on the session. And we'll talk soon. You guys, Will's doing really well. I'm so proud of him. Okay, so you guys, yeah, so that's my FX book. Again, just dig in, make an account here. And then we all have to just figure it out together, because I haven't done anything with it, to be honest, at all.
I get notifications all day. I don't know.
What's the notifications for?
When news happens, I get my book today. There's nothing. Yesterday, there's like all green. You see how it happens.
Oh, okay. So my FX books gives you the news as well.
Yeah. Well, it tells you the price index and the nation housing price, RVA. I don't understand.
So the
mortgage approvals, right? They give you
so
low
the
risk.
green, that's low impact news.
Yep.
Medium impact news, high impact news.
Yeah, it's not going to make a difference in the trade.
Yeah, the low impact news doesn't do anything.
Yeah, the high one is the manufacturing PMI.
So this is the website, you guys. Just sign up for it, and then let me know if you like figure out anything, because then I can have you on a session, Prit, and you can like show how you use it.
So this doesn't like matter if it's like a real account or demo account.
Oh, you can attach your demo account to it too, which is really cool.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really like that you can do that, you know. Just get into the habit of like
back and see what mistakes you made and stuff like that.
Right.
And then
Because I have
you can run your own analytics on it later.
What?
I'm actually doing Kim's method for journaling, but
Sorry, girl, you cut out again.
It's giving you everything. The menu is nice.
Can't hear you, Prit.
Signals, forex rebates, calendar, market, news.
Yeah, it gives you everything.
Calculators, top brokers.
I was like, I'm doing Kim Torres's method on journaling, but I think this would help that as well.
Oh yeah. Then like, if you know what makes it really cool is that you can do all your, like, this is automatically going to track all your trades. So you don't even have to write down like your entry price and everything. And then your journal is just used for like your personal, like, you know,
info.
Yeah, like your personal, like, analytics. Like, okay, like I was feeling this way and this is what happened. And, you know, it kind of like, yeah, pretty much.
I kick myself.
Yeah, got
but the only thing you shouldn't worry about is if you miss a trade, don't kick yourself for that, because there's going to be another trade.
Right.
Because
I used to be like that in the beginning. Now I'm like, it's okay. There will always be a trade.
Because when you start thinking that, oh, I missed a trade, then you get in a stupid trade.
Yeah.
I've lost some today.
That's why.
That's good money too. I lost about $15.
Did you?
Well, I'm still up like $3. So
oh, that's so good.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as you're not in a loss, you're good.
Yeah, that was hasty, because I started looking at it and I go, damn, I should get it, damn. And then I just put it in and I go, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Because I didn't even look at whatever, like the red line was still going up, and I put a sell in it. And then it started shooting up and I go, oh damn.
Yeah, you just FOMO.
Yeah.
No FOMO, you guys. No FOMO. Fear of missing out.
You miss out.
There's the market's always going to be
Oh,
there.
the other thing is, I want you guys to know if you want to trade gold, trade it around 4 in the morning till about 7.
Yeah.
It goes crazy, and you can see it, monitor it for a few days, and then jump in and then just catch a little bit at a time.
Yeah, you guys, gold is like where it's at, but also it's very volatile.
It's very fast.
I wouldn't recommend trading gold under $500 for real.
Yeah.
Like I've done small accounts and did gold, like it wasn't smart.
It just drains you.
Yeah, it was
one shot.
Don't do it.
You need at least $1,000 if you're doing gold.
And like right now, the spread is pretty big, so it's better to have a little.
The other thing is, by about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, the spreads get larger. But in the morning, like around 3, 4 in the morning, before I go to work, I usually look it up, and the spreads are the lowest.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's a good time to trade, you guys, because that's before the New York session opens.
At the New York session opens here at 6:30.
Yeah.
Out time.
We are in the PST. So for you, Shane, it's actually better because you're like 3 hours ahead of us. So if we're at 4, you'd be trading at 7 a.m., which is like beautiful. Like I'm so jealous. New York session is like an amazing time to trade. The New York session opens at 9 a.m. So like Shane, like that's what's up. Like for you to be in New York, like that's amazing. You can wake up, like you can have a regular day. Like you don't have to wake up like us where we have to be up at 6 a.m., you know, or like 5 a.m. You can wake up at like either, you know, wake up early, but you can also wake up for the New York session and you can make a lot of money when the New York market opens because it's so much movement at that time.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like if you wake up at like 8 and do all your setups before 9 and then do your entries at 9 a.m., you can be done trading by like 11 a.m. or even before that. Like maybe even an hour. Like you don't even have to spend that much time on the charts. For me, I love it. Like I love I take the London session. So sometimes I'll be up from like, I'll be on the charts from like 9:30 p.m. my time to like 1:30 a.m. But it's not because I haven't made money on it. It's just because I like to look at it too, and I like to find more setups and, you know, just be on the charts as much as I can. Oh yeah, like, well, Shane, like you're like so, you know, fresh. You don't understand anything yet. So the first thing, like once you get registered, like your first goal is to start to understand the terminology. Don't even look at the charts, like don't even try to like call trade, you know, anything. You just have to learn like what all the big words mean and like learn the terminology of trading. Once you do that, everything will come together. Oh, sorry, Bill, you're like messaging me private. There we go. Yeah, like, you know, and then you guys you guys will be fine. Like we have an amazing support team. Yeah, so we mostly focus on currency. We do some metals, so I do like to trade gold. There's also like a whole cryptocurrency scene that you can trade, Bitcoin and Ripple and all those things. You guys also, because you're in the States, you have access to high frequency. And high frequency is like big risk, but big reward. And Sandy actually dove into it a little bit and she was loving it. But in Canada, unfortunately, it's not regulated. So we can't really do high frequency out here. So it kind of sucks. But y'all have the access, so take advantage of it. All right. Does anybody have anything else they want to cover before we go?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, Sandy, are you guys good?
I gained a bunch of knowledge just from this session, so.
Cool, I'm glad. Again, I said I will post this on YouTube so you guys can have a review. Thankful for Rebecca for jumping on and telling me to record it because I always forget. So yeah, so it'll be on my YouTube channel. And yeah, anytime you guys have questions, again, of course, feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to do these sessions. So we're doing our Mondays for our team huddle, and then Fridays will be like kind of like this kind of session where we'll just go over whatever questions you guys have. If you guys want to cover anything in the markets, if you want to guys go over trades for the week, like we can do that. So I just want to get into a routine so that you know we know we have each other for the support with everything.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's nice because you always learn something.
Yeah, like I said, like for you guys also learning, like please, like feel free to implement your knowledge into it, because again, like more than one brain is not as powerful as a mastermind of 5 or 6 or 10. All right. Okay, so since we don't have any other questions, I'm gonna let everybody go. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the session today. As we all know, markets are closed.
Hate weekends.
Yeah, we hate weekends over here in this. I need that to use. Oh yeah, my YouTube link. So it's Jessica FX Diaries. I'll send you the link. I'll send it to Bill. Hey, actually, Shane, download Telegram and save my number, and then message me on Telegram. That way, I can add you guys to a group together, and I can start sending you guys links in there as well. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, it just messaged it to Sandy. This thing always gives me like private messages. So funny. Okay, so yeah, so add me, Bill, message me on Telegram, because for some reason I tried to like message you privately and it won't let me. So just message me on Telegram and I'll make a group for you guys, and that way I can like start sending you guys like some of the videos that I like to share, and like things on YouTube and stuff that might help while you guys are like preparing to plug in.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Thank you everybody for being on the call.
See you, everybody.
Miss you, girl.
Thanks, Jessica. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, you guys. Have a good
Thank you all.
weekend. And we'll see you guys on Sunday. We'll be trading on Sunday again, okay? So, bye.
Sounds good. Bye.
Thanks, guys.